Hoi hoi, says Bui. We are back. I told you. Sega Bui. Sega Ko. Want is terecht. Je hebt gedenkt, ons kan niet terechtkomen. Nie. You're kidding yourself. Sega Bui. Says Bui. Sega Ko. Hoi hoi. Yeah. Anyway, we are back with another new video, right? Hey man, I always complain about this big nose of mine. It's like bigger than Ramaphosa's. But anyway, what is the video today? Today, we want to speak expensive English. Yeah, we thought maybe we don't know English. Man, we know English. To the very, very, very core. In the what do they say? The fiber in your being. Yeah, something like that. Whatever it means. Anyway, this is South Africa. South Africa. This is Mzansi. Mzansi for sure. Amazing place. We love this country. This country with, very intelligent people who don't know that they're intelligent, right? Very amazing people. But for today, I think the focus is mainly on the perspective, right? I want to hear your perspective, Sometimes I keep on thinking and it says, but whom can I talk to? I don't like friends. Friends are dangerous in South Africa. They put that cheerful, that thing that, what do they say? The sun does not set. They call it alipiribi. Yeah, that's a dangerous thing. They put it in your beer. You are gone before the sun sets. South African fan, yes. Anyway, what is the perspective about? I just want to hear your perspective on certain issues, right? Which I experience. I want to know if, you guys, you experience those things. That's why I said, today I'm going to change. I'm going to speak Hong Kong, right? Bear with me, right? those who don't like Hong Kong. I've learned it. I went to school. I did what we call communication. Communication, they teach you how to, speak in a very extensive, like a Hong Kong English, so that you sound like you are a professional, even though you are useless, right? So, but anyway, clever people like, who's this young girl? Tyler. Yes, they speak our English, our Bantus, right? Yo. That's what they say. Okay, what is the perspective about? The first one is about, this thing, right? Let me narrate a little bit, right? You walk on the road, you are looking like brown like me or black like me, right? You walk on the road, and there comes somebody who's driving a car, seems to be a person whom you can say light brown or white, whatever color you say it is, right? And when they are driving towards you, you are walking on the road because maybe the road does not have pavement, it's shrubs or bushes on the side, right? Pavement, I mean the sidewalk. For those who do not understand, our South African lingo, So now, you walk and that person who's driving a car, right? I don't know whether it's a mental issue, oxymoronic issues, or, I just don't know. That's why I want the perspective on this, right? So that person will be driving towards you. They do not shift. There is no car coming or whatsoever. You are forced to shift and jump into the bushes, right? But then you are driving and you see the same person, right? Who's like light brown or white, they call it, and you are dark brown or black, whatever. Then when you drive, you shifting for them, like mainly these bikers, right? The ones who drive, not bikers as an electronic bike, but the cycling bike, right? So now, when that person is driving that, you shift. Or when they are walking, jogging, you shift. But then they do not want to shift for you. What is the problem there? I just want to understand. And mainly from the perspective of this, whatever so-called white or brownish, I want to hear from them. What is the problem there? Why don't you shift like anybody will shift for you? That what you are seeing there, it's a human being, right? Like you are a human being, right? So now, why not shift for them like they will shift for you, right? I don't know whether it makes sense, but for me, I don't understand. I really can't, comprehend the mindset behind this situation where, I'm driving, right? There it's a human being. No matter how color they look, I forced to shift. Let them pass, right? It doesn't matter. I do not lose anything. I do not lose my eye. I do not lose my arm, whatever, but I pass and go to where I'm going without any hiccups or any problems, right? But then these people who just drive into you and you do not have anywhere to run to, what are you supposed to be doing in that regards? Why do people think that way? But if it's a trash can dropped there, that person will shift. So it means the trash can is more important than a human being. I don't know. That's why I'm looking for perspective, And this other thing, when you are walking in the shopping center, in the malls, wherever, then this so-called brownish or white, then they will jump in front of you. Why is that? Why don't you just, walk the way you are walking? Let everybody walk the way they are walking. What is the problem? I need a perspective on that to hear, what do you as people think about? If you have experienced it, if you didn't experience it, it's fine. But if you did, what do you think of it? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Because for me, I know what the Bible says, do unto others what you like to be done unto you, right? If you do reverse apartheid, like, as in a reverse thing, will it be fine or not, right? Okay, now, another perspective. The YouTube, what so-called stupid statistic algorithm, right? Why is it that YouTube always post or forward or show videos of USA? Do I want to know any much about USA? No. I want to know about South Africa. I want to know about Africa. Then, after, I want to know about Russia. I want to know about Europe. I want to know about South America. I want to know about Australia. Maybe there is something that you press there. Maybe you guys, you can help me. I don't know, right? Not, that technologically savvy. Right? I need your perspective on that. Why is the YouTube algorithm favoring most of like videos from USA rather than videos from throughout the world, right? And if it was my perspective, it would be like, why not have a system where it allows that country content, right, to be the one that overload, the screen, like, more of, let's say 80% or 90% of the content from that country should be the ones that the algorithm pushes to the people of that country. It's only when you choose, if there is an option, right, that allows one to diversify from different countries to want to see, what other people are thinking. Because most of the things that they are posting here, they're useless. I don't understand. Maybe it's me. I don't know how to set up these things, the settings and stuff like that. But if you have any knowledge whatsoever, please put that comment there. I know you got a lot to say. Yeah. Anyway, another one, right? This one always baffles me, right? I don't know whether maybe I'm a dumb cop. Those people who are not intelligent as such. Yes, I failed some grades or standards or whatever we used to call them, forms, whatever, Form 1 and Form 2, whatever. Yeah. So I failed some of those. So I don't consider myself that knowledgeable so much. But anyway, this is what I want to understand. You have this situation mainly in USA, right? That somebody commit a crime, right? And then they are looking for, what do they call those people? The people who have seen, or experienced the crime. Then that person needs to identify a person who committed a crime, right? And then you have these brown or light brown or white people saying, yeah, this is the person who committed the crime, mainly looking at a black person. So then I kind of like feel, wow, overwhelmed by this, that when I see a white person for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour or so, tomorrow if I see them, I wouldn't know them. I will never like say, that is the person whom I've seen. I don't know if it makes sense, but from me, if I see a Chinese man, they're the same as every one of them. If I see an Indian person, is the same as every one of them, right? So now I want to know, how are these people doing it? And mainly, like, if we consider the early, 60s, 70s, 80s, there weren't these technological advancements that is there nowadays, that mainly you can maybe say we are using the AI, which is nonsense, right? But with just, naked eyes, how is a person able to say, that is the black person that has attacked me, right? If me, I'm a black person, how do I know that is the white person who attacked me? How do I, in actual fact, verify the reality in such an instance? Because for me, it's impossible. There is no way that I'll see a person in 2 minutes and tomorrow is a white person and say, is this one? No, that's a lie. So, meaning to say, many people who are incarcerated in the USA, it's a lie. Those people are there in jails, but it is a lie. They've been lied to about, and it's actually illegal what they are doing in actual fact, right? Because you can't say, no, it's, you know, I see this, there is this thing of Mr. Goodman who took a guy from Italy and stuff and asked this gentleman, can you identify this? He says, yeah, it's him. He says, but that guy is from Italy. He wasn't even here. He doesn't even, so, but when it comes to like black people who are incarcerated, and mainly in the USA, as I'm saying, you find that situation where people have been just identified as the criminal, or this, identity profiling, some guy profiling an FBI guy says, yeah, you're the one, you committed a crime. And only when they search his pocket, they find that he's an FBI undercover guy. So how do a white person identify a black person? I just want to understand that. Maybe, we are not that intelligent enough to understand that. But, believe you me, the IQ of a black person is way much, way much. That's why they know Tagat, witchcraft, Anyway, white people also do witches, right? But that's what I want to find out, guys. If you have known that situation, please, what is the other thing? Okay, I've got this little story. Let's just make it snappy because, I'm taking longer. I like to rant a lot. I'm sorry about that, right? I used to drive alone, I like driving. And because I learned driving in a very harsh, place, atmosphere, right? I kind of like driving in that format of being, arrogant and whatever. So normally I'll have road rages, and I used to have it with lots of, so light brown, white people, whatever. And I always thought these people have got like apartheid. They hate on me because I'm dark brown or black. And at the end of the day, one time, then there was this gentleman I used to work with. He was a very nice guy. And he was like light brown or what you call it. And this individual will drive together, right? I'm with him. Then the next thing we stop by the robot, the next thing this other light brown or white person is swearing at that guy. And I said to him, but me, all the time I thought it was because, I'm black or brown and the other individual is white. So that's why maybe the tension, and maybe due to apartheid and stuff. And the gentleman says, no, 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 no. That's how you perceive it. It's your perspective, right? How I understand it is that it's a road rage. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. It's mainly the behavioral pattern of individuals, right? That person behaves badly, angry at something, then from they just try to take out, that anger on you without any, you know, proper reason whatsoever. So now I wanna like know from your perspective, do you feel like at most when a different ethnicity you get in a tussle with them due to cutting corners and stuff like that, do you feel like you are being profiled, you are being treated as a moron or whatever stuff? How do you feel? Do you think it's apartheid? Do you think it, and if you think it's apartheid, why? Is it because you've never been in that atmosphere where you are with, a white person or a light brown person, and somebody who's a light brown or white person is arguing with him, they're fighting about that? I just want to understand there, right? Because for me, I kind of like said, oh, at most we think wrong about other people because we are not in their atmosphere. And the reason for people protecting their turf, like Afrikaners and stuff like that, is due to the fear of the unknown, the fear of what will transpire. But at most, yeah, sometimes we cannot have a proper knowledge of what will transpire with the comrades, the the cronies, yeah, or always call them because they are useless. That's people who are turning our country upside down, right? So, but I just want to know from your perspective, have you been in a position where you are working with, a white or light brown person? Have you been in a position where you're working with a dark brown or black person? And, what was the relationship and how did you feel? Did you feel like you are being, your atmosphere has been overwhelmed by that person? Like in an office, if you ever worked in an office, I did most of the corporate works, right? You sit in an office, it's cold, and there is a light brown or white person is on a -2. What is this thing? No, no, not the fan, the whatever they call it, the air conditioning. Yeah, right. He's on a -2, and I mean, me, I'm cold. Me, I'm very cold, but he's on a -2, right? And you kind of like find that thing being a little bit sensitive somehow, but so I want to know from anybody's perspective, right? African mindset. I just want to understand why African people have got the same mindset, like the whole of Africa. Same mindset, fight one another, kill one another, take from one another, no peace whatsoever. Me, I believe in peace, and people thrive when there is peace. But I just want to find out, is there a problem with African people's mindset? Is it using a scapegoat of colonialism and apartheid a better thing to do? Do we have to always go back rather than, keep moving forward? What is the problem with Africans? I just want to find out. I just want to understand, why are we like this? Why use wrong stuff? Why, hate on one another? Why have jealousy on one another? I'm not talking in this case of Malema. Don't mention Malema, because Malema is not a matter of jealousy, it's a matter of mind thinking, mindset. Fighting the way he's doing, the MK is taking people, he doesn't understand why, but somehow one needs to look back and reevaluate himself and start to find out where can we be lagging behind, of which I don't think he's doing that anyway. But yeah, I just want to find out, what is the problem with the African mindset, right? Okay, another one. I want to find out, as a dark brown or black person, you go into the shop, and in front of you it's a light brown or white person. They go to the till, and when they get there, or till or cashier, whatever you call them, you get there, the lady or whoever is serving, man, serve with a nice smile. Hello. They talk that Hong Kong English, right? Um, when you get there, then you get a very, you get that face, what is the problem there? I just want to find out, maybe from whoever is the cashier, why that? Why not? Because I always get there and ask for the same smile. I says, you don't know me. I have not done anything against you. I've never seen you before. It's the first time I see you. But why the face, right? Did I hate you somehow, somewhere? Did I fight with you somehow? Can you tell me, you know, what is going on in your mindset? Why is that? Why that behavioral pattern towards, a fellow individual, right? So, okay, another one. Uh, News, right? Like world news. You look at world news the way they are, and you wonder, why is Africa always, being talked about negatively, right? Is it because we are negative ourselves? Or is that it's a perspective of another person, or it's how other people perceive us to be? What is the issue there, right? You know, I think that is one of the most important aspects to look at, right? And also when it comes to pictures, right? You have these whatever newspapers or whatever they call them, putting out a picture. They will put a picture of only the light brown or white people there and take out the black person or the dark brown. Why is that? Is there any motive behind that? Can we understand what is the reasoning behind that? Why would it be that it's sort of a hate game? It's sort of like you are not relevant, you are irrelevant, even though that black person is a more relevant person within that group. Just I'm looking at these world leaders, like if they go Europe, I don't even understand why they do that, rushing to Europe, all of them just to see one person. Like Africa is a big village. You got a village of Kenya. You got a village of South Africa. Why do we make the world perceive us in a wrong way? Is it us who are just actually allowing them to do so, or is it them who having that perspective towards us and perceiving in that format, and then at the end of the day, making a conclusion that we are just like that because we are not saying anything about it, we are not fighting, back to say, no, 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 guys, you need to treat us with, respect as we are treating you with respect. Please do so as was reciprocal, right? You need to do to me as I'm doing for you, right? Why can't we get to that state, right? Um, there is this thing of like blaming game, right? Uh, as I said, you had colonialism, you had apartheid. Is it that it is good for a black person to always keep on going back, blaming those things? Apartheid, yeah. After 30 years in South Africa, apartheid, right? After, 56 years or 60 years in Nigeria, colonialism, right? You have an old guy who can't even walk as a president. What is he thinking? He's thinking, I don't know, to head his cows or something like that. You have this old Magogo as a minister of youth in South Africa. What is that? What is the problem? How do we go forward in that regards? Why do we hold ourselves back? Why don't we want to understand things? Why, when you have to understand things, then it becomes like it is like a war, right? A war of words, a war of disregards, war of, it's like you kind of like faced with a fight, even to transfer knowledge. It's sort of a fight. Like you look at the EFF guys, only the moronic things, it's yeah, but the good things, nah. Why is that? Is that the way we kind of like maybe, turn our minds to think in that format, or is it a way to, like, I can say, engineer our minds to be in that format or what? So I just want to know, through all these things, what's your perspective? Because you might be you, I might be me. I might be wrong in a lot of stuff. You might be right in a lot of stuff. Maybe, there is a need to help one another to understand. And I believe knowledge is power, right? More than anything else, knowledge is power. Knowledge is ability. Knowledge is moving forward. Why? Because if you know about something, then definitely you'll be good at it. But if you don't, then you'll never be good at it because you don't know, right? So I'm asking for your perspective, guys. Just, let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe whatever. I can be wrong. I'm human. I make mistakes like everyone else, right? But I just want to understand on all these things. How do you perceive them? How do you see them? Do you experience them? And if you experience them, what is your conclusion on them, right? Yes. So sorry about using that extensive English because I want everybody to hear what I'm saying, right? It might be the Hong Kong English. I just want to give you a taste of myself, right? To say, hey guys, I'm sort of a learned guy, even though I'm not learned at all. Yeah. So, but anyway, that is what I was having for today. Hope you guys you have something that you can share. Put it in the comments there and tell me, how you see things, how you perceive things, how you understand things. Maybe we can help one another, right? I think life is all about that, helping one another grow, helping one another understand, and also sharing, what knowledge we have with others. And maybe it will make something great on somebody or with somebody, whatever you may put it. Man, I'm not an Englishman, I said so, but I know Russian. Des vidanya. That means goodbye. Oi, oi. See you on another video.